We cross live now to SABC News correspondent Ajeck Mangut in Abuja for an update. Ajeck, a very good morning to you. Counting has started with results coming in. What does the picture look like at the moment?
Yes, like you rightly said, voting has ended and counting of results as well in many polling stations across the country. Voting, of course, in some other polling units where materials did not get there on time, went on into the early hours of today. And so the counting for those polling units, dragged on until this morning. And so we're expecting the National Collation Center to open by 12 noon Nigerian time, where results from different states will be coming in and the election officials will be announcing the results for each state. But the results announced for the different polling units are already coming in because INEC had said that through the use of the technology, that's the bimodal voter accreditation system, Nigerians will be able to view the results. But the presiding officers and other INEC officials will still have to bring in the result sheets from those states so that they will tally with what is already been uploaded from the beavers before the results will be announced. And so, yes, we're seeing results coming in, but we will not hear the first announcement until, of course, the National Collation Center opens later today.
There were reports that there were challenges in some polling stations. How rife were these issues?
Absolutely, yeah. Apart from the delay in the arrival of materials and, of course, the INEC officials, there were reports of voter disruptions, ballot boxes being carted away and all that. And there were some areas where INEC had raised security concerns where voting could not take place. And so the voting for those areas, especially in the south part of the country, has now been shifted till today. So some Nigerians will still have to vote on Sunday, and that could delay the results that we get to see from those places, and also delay the final results that INEC would announce. And of course, there were so many reports of irregularities in many polling stations. Like you said, there was a high turnout of voters. More than 90 million Nigerians were registered to vote in this exercise. But INEC has said that it will ensure that no Nigerian, especially those who were on the queue before polling closed, they would ensure that they get to vote.
Is the Electoral Commission managing the concerns of tallying and verifying, as many have complained that the electoral officials are not doing a good job? What's your sense of this?
Yes, well, the chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, said they were collating information from different parts of the country, and they would look into it. He would speak to the most senior officials, as the most senior INEC officials in those states, to try and verify some of the reports that are coming out from those states before making any decision or statement about it. But he did say that they're aware of some of the allegations or some of the information that are coming from some of those states. And of course, they will also look into them and to ensure that what is coming out is actually right. But INEC has said that although the results would be uploaded on their server, they would still need to verify. So the officials in the different polling units across the country, they will still have to come with their results to Abuja so that it will be they will ensure that it tallies with what is on the server before the results are announced.
Yeah, we await that outcome today. And of course, just overall, just giving a comparison to the number of registered voters and the ones that actually pitched at the voting polls, is this looking good? Did Nigerians go out as expected?
Well, the general assessment or the early assessment we've heard from this election is that the turnout was actually great, because more than 90 million registered to vote, but about 87 million picked up their voter cards. And those are the people that went out on Saturday to cast their votes. Unfortunately, some of them were not able to, due to some of the challenges with the delay in arrival of materials, of course, and the disruption of votes that we've seen. But this turnout is quite impressive compared to previous elections that we've seen. But the general assessment is that the elections, the turnout for the elections is more impressive compared to what we've seen, especially with the involvement of the youths who make up the majority of this year's voters, and they really turned out on Saturday's elections.
Any early predictions, just in terms of the front runners?
Well, it's still early to tell, just because even though we're seeing results coming from some of these polling units and different states in the country, they would still have to be tallied with what the officials at the National Collation Center have before the results are being announced. But yes, of course, some of the candidates are already leading in some polling units and in some states. But as it is, it's too early to tell whether those results are actually what we're going to hear from the Independent National Electoral Commission, or if there will be any changes due to any form of irregularities or not. But we would have to wait in the next few hours when the center opens for us to start getting official results from the Coalition Center.
Ajeck, thank you so much for setting the scene there for us. And of course, the continent is watching. Some analysts have said this is the election that could take Nigeria back to its glory days. Thank you so much, Ajeck Mangut, coming to us from Abuja.